Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to Martyn Lucas Investor, an extra show before we do our members-only reviews. We had to cover this breaking news. We've got tariffs now doubled for Canada. It's absolutely gone bonkers with the tariffs. So I'm saying America is under attack because foreign investors are dumping stock like crazy. This is the bottom. This is where Tom Lee said the bottom is 10% down now. We've already had a bit of a bounce off it. This could be a key moment. This is as bad as it gets. We're not going to get tariffs any higher than this. Anything above this would be absolute suicide. Trump knows it. Everyone else knows it. And would be just nonsense. We now know this could be the bottom. So this could be the moment to buy in. I just cannot wait. Got 9 days to go before I get paid on YouTube to buy anymore. I can't buy anymore, but I'm fully in. I'm fully in with margin. I'm fully in with cash. There's nothing I can do now until I get paid. But are you buying this? After this live event, we are going to go over to our members only event for the reviews, but this is a huge event. Let me bring you the news and show you what's going on. If you just come in, please tap the like button and consider subscribing and let me know you're here. This is a big, big day. Let me show you the news. Here we go. Let me bring this up bigger for you so I can get it clearer. Trump escalates Canada trade war with additional 25% tariff on steel. It's all out attack now, and we've got people now dumping the market, foreign investors. That's why I've called it attack on the United States. Let me see if I've got a live feed from CNBC at the moment. No, I haven't. I'll go and refresh that a second. Let me bring that. Let me bring you back to here just for a moment. Let me go and refresh that screen. We've got screens updating all the time. Let me just refresh this. Give me a couple of seconds to bring it to you. Just give me a couple of seconds to bring this to you. Got a screen just updating. This is our live feed. We're going to catch all this news as it happens. Let's bring this in. Okay, they're on a commercial break at the moment, so we'll keep back to that. There's the bounce, look. There's the bounce I talked about. This could be it. This could be the bottom. Don't chase it if you are sort of, worried about your positions or whatever. But this could be the bottom today. I'm going to keep my eye on all the news feeds. Here we go. Phone in now. Would you like a live phone in? So I'm opening up the phone line. This is a members only perk. If you are a member of the channel and you'd like to have your say, whether you love Trump, hate Trump, whether you're pro-Republican, pro-Democrat, whatever you are, whether you're an investor, a trader, or a gambler, whatever your view is, you are welcome to call in. You have to be a member so we can verify you're not just scamming the channel. And if you want to be a member, it's only a couple of bucks a month. It just verifies everybody, and you get many, many perks. You get members-only live streams, all the CEO videos, all the interviews that I do with CEOs are all members only. We've got a members-only review stream coming up after this. It was scheduled to be running right now, but we decided to do this instead. We're looking at our XRP as well, which has bounced on this news at the moment. This could be the bottom. All right, I said to you, a rally on Friday is on the card. It is on the cards. This could be the final shakeout. I am all in. I'm all in with cash. I'm all in with margin. I couldn't be more bullish. This could be the bottom. So we've crossed a very important point, the 10% drop from peak high to here, 10%. That is a very, very significant number that gets watched. If it had broken through 11%, then we would have been worried, but it bounced on it. It literally bounced on it. And as I said before, when Jerome Powell gave us the recent information that he did, the economy is strong, the jobs report this morning, I covered that. This is everything about this is potentially a bounce, and it's bouncing at the moment. Let's just remind ourselves when it bounces, how much it bounces by. I was at 101, 102. That's $1,500 there. If we go over to the last 60 minutes, you can start to see it go up. There you go, 961. But in the last 30 minutes, about $1,500 it's gone up. Because I'm all in with margin as well. So it's going to go up a lot. I've got potentially a $60,000 day. So we're opening up the phone lines. You can call in. It's a members perk. There is the membership link. If you are on an iOS device, you will need to select a browser and a desktop version of the browser to be able to become a member. If you are on an iOS, iPad or iPhone, everything else works fine. Okay, so do that. You can see in the chat, we've got everyone with a badge is a member. In our normal shows, a regular normal show, 98% of our live viewers are members because of all the perks that you get. But if you want to call in, you can. So I'm going to open up the phone line right now. The phone line is open. It's the same information as always. Let me give you the link. I'm just trying to find it. Here it is. Here's the live phone in. It's martynlucas.com/live. And the password is LucasAge100, uppercase L, uppercase A. There you go. There, phone in. We've got Alex already on the line. There's only 10 spots. When all spots are gone, that is it. Once you claim your spot, that is it. You can't call in after that. We close it down. All right, so we've got 70% of you say yes, have a live phone in, a great discussion, and we'll talk about the tariffs. So we've got, just very quickly, I'm going to bring in Alex as our guest spot number one. I would expect it to be a very busy call today. So Alex, you're live on the line. How are you, mate?
I'm very well, Martin. How are you?
I'm very well indeed. We were just about to go to a review members afternoon, and then this happened. So stay on the line with me, and you can share your thoughts. That's guest number one. There are 9 spots left. Trump escalates Canada trade war with additional tariff on steel, aluminium. Let's go into it. U.S. President Donald Trump said he would impose an additional 25% on all Canadian steel and aluminium imports effective March 12th, tomorrow. Trump said on his Truth Social that the move was in retaliation to Ontario's government implementation of a 25% surcharge on all electricity exports. That's going to put the price of electricity up by $70 per family, per household, per month. This is a huge smack for America. America is under attack. The stock market's been going off now. We can confirm a lot of international investors are out of the US economy. They're out. They're done. They're taking their money into Europe, China, and elsewhere. That's why Europe's been just doing so well recently. So this could really affect US citizens, but it doesn't come into effect till tomorrow. What is going on? Is this just the most insane craziness, or is it all a good idea? I don't know. If you've got an opinion, if you love Trump, if you think he's great, call in. I have never yet once... and there are millions of Magga supporters in the United States. I invite every day to call in. I have never had a Magga supporter want to call in and be on my show, ever. And we have a huge Republican audience, but no one from Magga has ever decided to put their face to it and say what they really feel. They do it behind closed doors. I get lots of messages from people angry, I love Trump, hate Trump. But I've never had anyone yet who's really pro-Trump want to come on and say why. I would love to know why. I love your thoughts. If you think this is great, tell me why it's great. You got a view. Don't just rant and rave in Reddit rooms and stock twit rooms and wherever you do it. Call in. Be on the show. As per the US Consensus Bureau, Mexico and Canada were the country's top 2 trading partners in January, accounting for 14.5 and 13.5 of total trade respectively. US stocks, the S&P 500, added to losses after Trump's announcement. We're now over the 10% we were before it bounced back a few seconds ago. This is a big, big deal. So we're going to keep our eye on this news. Let me go back to the... news and the trending news. Snowflake discussion with Google. AI is still being spent. CapEx is still up. Companies are strong. Despite recent sell-off, Wedbush expects AI stocks to reach new highs during the second half of 25. Absolutely, we all do. This could be the bottom, folks. I'm all in. I only wish I could buy this very low bottom right now. Just do not have any more money to buy. I wish I did. Nasdaq, the S&P, and Dow are lower after day recession fears spark sell-off. There's going to be no recession. Let me bring this story to you. There's not going to be a recession. I repeat, there's no evidence to support it. Everyone is selling the market of uncertainty because of Trump, and it is an opportunity for the rich, let's be honest, to buy these dips. Everybody else is capitulated, margin called, or out of the market. Just hasn't got any money left to buy it. Someone's about to buy it. Could it be Warren Buffett with his $50 billion in cash? Well, think about it. He would he loves the S&P 500. I could see Warren Buffett jumping in right now and buying $50 billion, and it will go straight up. You talk about the up the stairs, down the elevator. This could be down the elevator and up the rocket. It really could. Wall Street averages are lower on Tuesday, a day after fears of a potential recession triggered a big market sell-off early on. The S&P 500 was down 0.8. The Nasdaq Composite down 0.5. Dow was down 1.1. A 10-year Treasury yield dipped 1 basis point to 4.2. The 2-year yield was down 1 basis point to 3.8. It's starting to rally. I don't know. It's too early to say. We won't know, and we won't know for a week or so if this is the bottom, but it could be. All indicators, and I have said it over and over again a few days ago, and I'm going to put my name in the sand as I always do. I don't delete videos. I don't edit them. I say what I say, and that's it. If we scroll down here, you will see, if I go to my past live streams, did I put it actually in the name of a video? Did I put it on Friday? Did I say Friday somewhere? Where did I say it? Said it somewhere. Market meltdown. Big day. I said it on one of these videos. Oh, there you go. There you go. Big day, big week, a personal message. XRP crashed, a market boom on Friday. I said that. There it is. So you can't say on Friday, you didn't say it, now you're just saying it and blah, blah, blah. I did say it. I put a video out saying it. I explained why. Everything in the markets looked good other than the uncertainty. Remember, the market's all about uncertainty, and there couldn't be anything more uncertain about what we're witnessing now. So let's have a quick look at our XRP. That's bouncing off this as well, up 2.3% today. That's a very nice bounce. We've got you asked for a poll, you asked for a phone-in. I always see this. I don't understand. Magga supporters, Trump fans who love Trump always shout on their own. I'm giving you the chance to call in and have your say. 713 votes, 64% of you are saying, yeah, we want a live phone in, but no one's prepared to do it apart from Alex. So always the same. I've never understood why this is the case. It's always the case. People shout the loudest, do the least. I've never understood that, but it's always the same. Anyway, let's read your comments we put on the screen. We're seeing XRP bounce now. We're seeing the S&P bounce as well. Let me keep our eye on the latest news. Let me keep my eye on that in a second. We are live now. People waiting in the members only for some reason. I've not noticed the live. Let me go into the members only. We are live now. There we go. Let me put that there in the chat. There's people waiting. It looks like, in the extra channel. I don't think it's that many. Alex is waiting. Well, Alex is here. So I think people know we're here. Anyway, that's why you ring the bell. Thank you, Sensei, for letting me know, though. Let me read this. I think Trump's plan is working. See how worried this guy just was. I'm skeptical of Trump, always have been, but believe he knows what he is doing. Michael, thank you. Call in, Michael. You need to be a member to call in. Maybe that's it. Maybe a lot of our people that are angry and stuff or whatever are not members. Become a member. It's $2. Then you can call in, be part of the show. Let's boycott all things Canadian. Well, Terry, Canada is already doing that. Canadians aren't buying Teslas. They're now going to put in place 100% tariff against Tesla. So you can't buy a Tesla in Canada. No one's going to do that anymore. That's bloody bonkers. They're not coming on holiday to Florida. They don't want to buy American whiskey. You got to be careful here because Canada is your number one customer. So you've just annoyed your number one customer. World need to just keep trading and ignore Trump. Says don't do it. Kevin Meyer, I'm a Magga supporter. I can't stand the guy. I can't stand the guy for many reasons, but I voted for him. Because the country needs to take a different direction, reduce wars, government spending, and social agendas. Kevin Meyer, call into the show, be on the show, tell me what you think. You are a Magga supporter, but you can't stand the guy for many reasons, but you voted for him. Well, are you happy? Tell me, are you an investor? There are people now losing their pensions, losing all their money. Is it a big opportunity for those with money to buy the dips? Come on, let's have that conversation. I'm also all in. People cry too much. Buy and sleep a year. Okay, Pascal, it's not really helpful though, is it really? We're here to try and solve the issue, not just say go as sleep. I don't know. You are so right. Well, no, I don't agree with that. I don't agree with putting your head in the sand and going for sleep for a year. What I'm doing is working harder, earning more money to buy bigger dips. I mean, that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing. You can go to sleep for a year if you want. That's up to you. Living here in West Virginia, some property that we own, oil and gas companies paying almost the whole community for horizontal drilling underneath of us in our mineral rights. We need XRP to dominate. Look at this bounce. Look, this could be the bounce I talked about, folks. I've been telling you, no one can say. You know, you can go to meet Kevin, he'll keep telling you, end of the world, doom and gloom, end of the world, doom and gloom. Well, he's shorting the stock and getting ready to buy another plane. Or you can listen to what I'm saying, what I'm showing you, my real money. I don't believe the world's coming to an end at all. I've been buying these dips. I've been buying the dips, all in margin. I mean, look, I can't spend a penny more, and I'm all in with the S&P. And what a rally that is. Look at that. That's a bounce. Look at that, 2,328. 2,328 just on the S&P in the last 60 minutes. This is what I said. The 10% could be the bottom. And it's not just me saying it. Tom Lee agrees with that point as well. I think Tom Lee agrees with me more than I agree with him. Anyway, I'm just saying. I'm just joking. Anyway, Alex is smiling in the chat thinking, yeah, that's right. I'm all in well, not scared. I disagree with the channel. Well, that doesn't mean anything, does it? I disagree with the channel. What does that mean? I disagree. This guy's been in before. He always comes in and says stuff like that. I disagree with the channel. Disagree with what? What? I mean, what? Everything I've ever said or what? I mean, how does that make any sense? Kevin Meyer has become a member. Kevin Meyer. Hey, fantastic. Kevin Meyer, you can now call in as a member. Right, look, let me give you the link. We might have a Magga supporter phoning in. I'd love that. We are very neutral here on this show. I'm a green card holder. I can't vote, and I wouldn't vote anyway. I'm completely neutral. This show is a completely impartial show where we are investors. I'm a long-term investor, and we're discussing every element of the markets. We invite everyone in. Everyone has a say. Everyone has a voice. Everyone gets listened to with respect. And we debate and have conversations and learn from each other. Right, there is the phone line, martynlucas.com/live. You don't require any software. The password is LucasAids100, uppercase L, uppercase A. Call in, have your say. Guys, I did say this could have been the bounce. This could have been the bottom. Was I right? I just don't know. Could well be. All right, okay. What we got here?
I think is very interesting for that lower income of consumers. Bank of America says
the consumer pressure weighs on retail. We already know that, so we don't need to talk about that. Nothing new or exciting there. I'm all in. I'm not scared. I disagree with the channel. Sphinx. Don't even know what that means. Trump makes a statement. People move once the movement is in process. The end result is predictable, leading to just in-time adjustments. That's why Trump is successful. Well, he's not always successful. He's gone bankrupt 6 times. So when people say he's a great businessman, he never talks about he's gone bankrupt 6 times. Again, we have balance here. And again, remember, when the markets crashed yesterday, it was the first day since he's been in office where he wouldn't allow anyone in the White House press room to have it out, right? There's just, again, we need balance. Every day, come on in, let me tell you how great everything is. When the market crashed, a big crash yesterday, no one was allowed in, no one was allowed to ask questions. And he says, I'm not even paying attention to the stock market, when we know he's always said he looks at it every day. So again, balance. This is balance. This is honest. We're not pro either side, but we want facts. We don't want people just making stuff up just because it makes them feel good. Here, we're investors. We want to be good, not feel good. Hi, Martin. America Energy is about to go crazy. I hope so. We are oversold. Yes, we are oversold. That could have been the bottom. Surely, as quick as this crash has happened, it can rebound just as fast. Yes, it can. Justin, President Trump says all tariffs on Canada will disappear if they become our 51st state. Well, you can't take over a country, though, Travis. Oh, we got a new member calling in. Fantastic.
They're still bullish on. Stay with us.
All right, okay. Now we can go to a live discussion. So I'm going to put Alex in spot number 8. I'm going to put Kevin Meyer, who's just called in. This is great, in spot number 9. Alex is gone. Alex, sorry, not Alex. I beg your pardon. Kevin Meyer, I just lost you. Could you call back, please? Kevin, you were just on the line, but I just lost you. If you could call back, I was just about to go to you on the line. I just lost you. If you can call back, that'd be great. Let me put, Kevin Meyer is in 9. Where's he gone? Kevin, you're not showing up on the screen. I don't quite know what's happened there. No, he's gone now. Let's put Alex in number 8. Yes, we've lost Kevin. If you call back, there he is. We got him back. All right. So, Kevin, brand new member, just called, become a member. He's a Magga supporter, which is great. Thank you for being so frank and open and honest. I love all that. And now we can go to a great, healthy conversation. So welcome for the very first time. Kevin, good afternoon to you. How are you?
Oh, did I lose you?
No, I've got you. You with me? Yep, I'm with you. You're listening to, I think you're probably listening to YouTube, right? Make sure that you've got YouTube muted and you are just talking to me through this stream, through this live phone in. I think you've frozen. Maybe you've lost internet where you are. Try again. Alex, good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon, Martyn.
Great to have you here on the show. What a day, what a day. And now someone just said to me, I've not been able to verify that yet, but someone said to me a few seconds ago that Trump will drop the tariffs if Canada becomes the 51st state. I mean, you can't ask a country just to give up themselves being Canadian. I mean, you know, you can't come to England and say, well, England, you can be in America, and you know, it just isn't happening. So I don't see that. I can't imagine. I mean, look at the size of Canada; it's huge. It's not going to become it's not going to become part of America, is it, Alex? What do you reckon?
No, I doubt it. We've got to look at the facts. Like, you can go next day, like tomorrow, and say, "Oh, I want Greece to become a UK country." Yeah. Well, it's far away from reality, isn't it?
Yeah, you got to invade the country. You'd literally have to put American boots marching over the border with guns and tanks to take the country, and Canadians would go, "We're really going to shoot each other." It's like the English suddenly invading Scotland. There's no border. You just drive over, you know, just there you are, you're in Scotland. And suddenly we all just go to Scotland and go, this is now England. And when anyone doesn't agree with us, we're going to shoot you. I mean, why do that?
It's not like World War I or II.
No.
It's going to cost a lot of money.
And a lot of lives. And it's like, what, we're all going to shoot our neighbours for what reason? I can't see that happening. Anyway, let me see. The phone line's open. Kevin called in, and unfortunately, we lost his signal. President Trump says all tariffs on Canada will disappear if they become a 51st state. Yes, but I cannot, for the life of me, see that happening. Utica, Dominican, and Marcel shall need. I don't understand that. I evidence that Ripple is working with cross-border systems and banks, Bex. If you have any evidence, Trav, I speak to people all the time who work there, and I've got no evidence. If you are a member of my channel, become a member. You can access Discord. There's a Discord link. You become a premium member if you don't want to become a YouTube member. And you can send in links. You can be a researcher for us. We can make videos on your news and everything. So consider doing that. Agree with you, Martyn. Thank you, Israel. Lovely to have you here. Weren't you on the show yesterday? People waiting in members-only live stream. Not anymore, they're not. Senza, at least I hope not. I gave them a link. Alex was there earlier. He found it. It covers the chat box. I just got to get it out of the way. It covers the chat box. I just vote to get it out of the way. Okay. All right, then. You do that then. Been buying the dips. Sid, yes, from the Netherlands. We've been buying the dips. This could be the bottom now. I said this could be the bottom. I said 10% could be the bottom. Look what's happened. It went 10%. It bounced right on the 10%. I said the bounce will come on Friday, but we do have the CPI and PPI. If they come in good tomorrow, other than the Michigan report, which I think everyone now just doesn't even bother reading anymore because it's all political, and they'll just completely trash whatever Trump says anyway. It doesn't, whether it's good or bad. All right. Sorry, I had to cancel my membership, Martyn. Still love what you're doing. Just pulled all my random spending to save money. Tyler, I understand that, mate. No problem at all. Oh, we got Kevin back on the line. Right. Kevin's in spot number 9. Let's see if we can bring him in now. So, Kevin, good afternoon. Oops, hang on, the wrong one. Kevin, good afternoon to you. How are you?
I'm well. How are you?
I am well. I am very well indeed. Thank you so much indeed. I'm going to tell you now, I'm pretty certain, I've been doing this now for 4 years, and I invite everyone with all political views and ideas onto the show. And sadly, I will tell you, most people that are really, really pro-Trump, like the Magga guys you see on the telly, you know, the ones on the videos, really, they'll do anything, they'll die for him. They never call in, they just shout and scream in the chat, but never call in and have a say, and I've never understood why. You are a MAGA supporter, you just said, and I'm very proud to meet you, and you want to call in and have a discussion. So that's great. I think you are the first. There you go. That's a real voter right there. I love it. Where are you calling in from?
Breckenridge, Colorado.
Colorado. Well, welcome to you. I'm in Dallas, Texas, and originally from Cornwall, United Kingdom. That's where my home is, but my office, my studio is here in Dallas. So you are a Trump supporter. You voted for him, but you said you don't like him, though. Explain to me what that means.
Just the egotistical side of things, and just the way he treats people, and okay. I think he's not the greatest moral representation of America.
Okay.
But I do think that there were some things that we were trending in the wrong direction. So I'm not smart on finances. That's why I follow you. And so
that's a bad idea.
I am a big XRP holder. So right. I get all my information from you. But yeah, when you said you hadn't had anybody from MAGA on, I thought I would join and say hello, that we exist out here. And
yes,
we are good people, I think.
You know, the people that make the most noise do the least action. They just shout and scream in Reddit rooms. I see it all the time. I've got a whole army of Redditors and StockTwits who've created what do they call it? Copycat accounts of me. It just exist to laugh at me and call me an idiot and make silly memes. It's their entire life rather than actually do anything. They just live on my life. It's never understood it. No one wants to stand up and have an opinion of their own and do something about it. They just want to jump on somebody else's and try to trash it. So really, really nice that you've called in. So how do you feel about these tariffs? No economist, and I speak to CEOs all the time. We've interviewed them live on the show. I talk to them on X and Instagram. Anyone watching, there's my X and Instagram in the chat. I talk to people and I share as much as I can online when I do have those conversations. No economist, no CEO I've ever spoken to and CFOs have ever said tariffs are a good idea. They create inflation, maybe not long-term, but short-term, but they create havoc. They ruin relationships. They ruin infrastructure that's taken years to develop. Business always tries to find a way to do things efficiently and so on and so forth. We can't make everything in America. Everyone says, yes, make everything in America. You're not going to make iPhones in America because they would triple in price overnight and no one would want that. So we are a global world. Don't we need to get on with our partners? I mean, they are, if nothing else, if you don't care about the environment, you don't care about anything else, if you only care about money and care about customers, they are your customers. Don't we need to get on with our... I mean, I can't just abuse you because you're my viewer, you're my customer, you watch my shows. I just shout at everybody and piss everybody off. It's not going to work very well. So what do you think? Is tariffs a solution? What do you think?
Well, I think that at any time you have to have open conversations, and as the administrations change, they have different opinions on how they should handle different, relationships with different countries. I'm a big believer we should prevent wars and not finance things that kill people. And I believe that those conversations are tariffs bad? Of course they're bad, costing other people, countries more money and the consumers more money. But sometimes those tough conversations have to happen. And if it's true what he's saying and the fact that we have been taken advantage of, then I would like to come back to the table a little bit and maybe have better, more open conversations with our partners to make sure that we are creating a fair trade agreement. And I'm not great with tariffs. I work for a steel company and we're taking advantage of the tariffs locally. That's not, I don't personally benefit financially from that, but I do work for a steel company. We understand how tariffs impact us. But I do think that anytime you can have a conversation, and if he's right in which we've been taken advantage of, I would like to renegotiate those contracts to make them more fair. So I think tariffs are a way to do that. I'm here to listen to you because I don't know. So I'm open.
Yeah, I don't think anyone really knows exactly the outcome of this and where it's really going to go. I think we're all learning. Everyone you listen to is giving you their best educated guess on where we go next. I don't think anybody really knows. It might appear I might be right on that 10% bounce, though. It really is strongly coming off that level, but it could just be a profit-taking situation again. But at the end of the day, it's not what people say, is it? It's what people do. I am fully in with all my cash. I'm fully in with all my margin. I'm like, can't wait for the 21st when I earn my next paycheck to buy some more. I would be normally at this point reducing my margin. I'm just going to buy more of the S&P because it is a lot lower than when I ended up buying. I mean, my original S&P 14 months ago is way below this, but what I've been buying recently is a lot. I can get it better. I just don't know. It doesn't seem to make sense to me. The whole reason that Trump said this, and this is a question, isn't it? Is it about fentanyl? Because when I first learned about this, I got to be honest, I upset a few people, not intentionally, but I've never taken drugs, and I went, why are we having all these trade wars over people take drugs? Just don't take drugs and arrest the people that do. There we go. Problem solved. I should be the president, right? What are we going on about? I don't take drugs, whatever. And I upset a few people because they said to me, Martyn, you don't realize how big the problem this is. I went, well, yeah, it doesn't matter how big it is, just don't take drugs. And then someone said to me, yeah, but what you don't realize, fentanyl is so dangerous that if someone has got it on them and they touch you, you can die just by coming into contact with someone who's touched it. Now, I checked into that, and it does appear to be the case. I didn't go, and I'm not a scientist or a doctor, but that did appear to be the case, that it's that deadly that you can die by coming into contact with it. I thought, okay, that's obviously much more serious than someone who's just buying some drugs and smoking drugs or whatever. That's up to them, whatever. So it is a serious issue. But again, it's a serious issue that most people choose to do, right? I mean, you do choose to do it, don't you? I mean, most people, I'm assuming, take drugs because they did it themselves, whatever. So why are we destroying the world because of that? And then I started looking at it and thinking about it. It's got nothing to do with fentanyl because 0.1%, I think it was 30 pounds of fentanyl comes in from Canada. 0.1%. I think more goes to them than it does to us. Anyway, the point is it's such a small amount, it can't be that. And then I thought, well, what other reason would it be other than, the obvious reasons, taxes and profits and business and bringing business back to America. But there are so many things that Canada does that we can't do. And we can't fix it overnight anyway. Like Canada says, if you carry on with this, we're gonna either turn off the electric for, I think it was 1.7 million Americans, or we're going to increase your bill by $70 a month for each household. That's going to cripple Americans, those affected by it. And it's like, you can't just fix everything overnight and we can just become an island. America can't just sit on its own. Yes, it has more oil under the ground, according to Trump, than anyone else. I don't know if that's true or not, but I'll take him on his word. But you can't just suddenly turn all the oil wells on tomorrow and go, okay, we're all done. We don't need power from anyone. And it just looks to me as he keeps saying he wants them to be in the 51st state. And he's just said it again now. Someone just said, and I can't confirm this, but it wouldn't surprise me because he already said it. Someone just said he would drop the tariffs immediately if Canada gave up being a country and went, okay, we'll become a state. They're not going to do that. They're a whole country, right? So obviously that's what he wants. And he's pursuing Greenland. Now, I thought all this sounded a bit crazy about acquiring more parts of the world, right? Like we used to be, back in the day when the British Empire went around the world just taking countries for the sake of it. We don't live in that time anymore. We've moved on from that. We're a global community and people won't stand for it, right? But the other day he addressed Prime Minister Trudeau at the time. It's now Carney, which is interesting. He's the ex-governor of Bank of England. So that's interesting. So he's obviously very pro British, being part of the British thing with the crown. So I can't see he giving up Canada either. But he called President Trudeau governor, as in state. All right, state leader. It's obvious he wants to claim Canada as part of America. Now, I thought this sounded really odd for a moment, but then now it all makes sense. Did you know 40% of America is bought and paid for? Not as in we just invaded it. I was looking at Louisiana. Louisiana was bought from the French. So it was part of France, and America once upon a time bought it. And 40% of America is bought for. And actually, that's not a bad thing, really, when you think about it. When the British Empire existed, we went round the world and used force, landed in a country and killed people to claim the country, right? Well, it's probably a bit more decent in it just to go around buying it if you can afford it, I guess, than invade it and kill people. So this idea of buying Greenland isn't actually that far-fetched. It could actually happen. And some people in Greenland quite like the idea, thinking, we get all the protection of America. Sod it. I quite like that. So it could actually happen. So it looks to me that this has got nothing to do with bringing business back to America, as good as that would be. You can't do it on everything. There's things that Canada do that we don't do, and so on and so forth, and vice versa. So I don't think it's that. I think he's trying to get them into the 51st state. And I think the reason why he wants to do that, from listening to everything Trump says and in between what he says, I think he would like a world where it was not the G7 or the G8, it was the G3. It was him, Putin, and the leader of China. I forgot his name now. Anyway, Xi Jinping. Thank you very much. Yeah, I think he sees that as his ultimate goal. That would be a real legacy then, wouldn't it? You're not just another president who does another of what everybody else did. You form the new world order, the three most powerful men in the world. Doesn't need Europe, doesn't need England, doesn't need Australia. Just the three top powerful countries, even though Russia technically isn't economically powerful, it's militarily powerful. Do you think that could be his mission? Do you think that could be why we're seeing all of this, what it's really all about?
That's a big question. Yeah, I think maybe that should go back to the chat, and I can bow out and say thank you for the time and everything you're doing, and maybe I'll poke my head in more, and we can have more constructive conversations from the Magga side.
Absolutely. You said you're an XRP investor, is that right?
Very much so, yes.
Yes. Why did you get into XRP? What was it? What was your draw? What was the reason?
I believe that crypto and XRP are completely different from a utility perspective, and I believe all the noises around crypto. But in general, banks aren't going to just let the freedom of currency flow, that they would interject themselves along the way. And so my bet is on XRP because the banks won't just allow us to trade freely. So I think from an adoption perspective, I think XRP's utility and its cross-border payments, when you talk about different countries kind of getting together, and if we can translate and make it cheaper and more efficient for us to convert those goods and services or those asset values across borders, then I think that's my biggest kind of selling point for XRP.
Makes sense. What's the proportion of your allocation of your portfolio? 5%?
Yeah,
10%?
about 80% of it in XRP.
Okay, you're all in then.
I'm all in, and I got a lot. So
okay, good. You said you're from Colorado, right?
yes, sir.
It's a state I would love to visit. I visited every country of the world, all 195. I've been all over the United States, but never Colorado. I live in concrete jungle. I'm in Dallas, and I miss England because of the fresh air and the wilderness and exactly what are you near that area of the lovely areas that we see on the TV?
Yep, Breckenridge is at 9,600 feet. I live in a ski town, and it's pretty beautiful, man.
Oh, that's where I want to be. That's where I want to. Is the internet good there though? Could I do this from your house?
You saw that happen earlier. I couldn't get connected because the internet's a little too slow.
Yeah, I need to stay in Dallas. We've got loads of internet, but we got rubbish when it comes to all the nice stuff like what you've got. Thank you for calling in. Thank you so much indeed. Cheers.
Thank you. See you later.
Cheers, mate. Zach Zate just called in. How are you, mate? It's great to have Zach Zate here with us this afternoon. How are you?
Yes. Good morning. Good morning. It was
Good
very
morning.
dark. 7 a.m. was still so dark here.
Oh, yeah.
The
Well, the
time
hours have
changed.
gone. Yeah, the clock's gone forward now, isn't it? So we'll be out of sync. I think the central timeline goes an hour ahead of you, a bit before you do. So you'll be joining us, I think, catching up soon. But what do you think about this? Another tariff, 25%. Not gone into law yet until tomorrow, but it's being threatened and it's on the cards now. What do you think about that? Another 25% on Canada. That's 50% now.
Correct. Canada and Mexico are great neighbors, and is trying to separate a little bit the U.S. from them. Where we do not have borders, which is ocean, like China or Russia, we develop the same into the let's call it into the income. For me, working in my business, a lot of Chinese product does come to the shelf, and it does take a lot of part of the American product. So if people willing to pay less, of course, to get Chinese product, I agree in a one way. But if America can produce the same product in America, and we do have all the sources, you can see the stones and the rocks that are everywhere, and the minerals, you can see the oil, you can see the natural solar system that America is working. So there is much progress in America. There is much differences between the technology that we are looking in the market and the existing technology in the fields. As for example, when we look at NVIDIA, this last weekend, everybody were talking about the Sphera in Las Vegas and the show with the 4D, that NVIDIA is in charge of those screens. And they're talking about open another Sphera, this round stadium that have the ability to show you with 4D beautiful shows and presentations. And now they're going to open another one in Europe. So when I look NVIDIA and I look eventually, I like to see a product. So you see the product, you see the benefit of enjoying that product, and then I have no doubt, which means I know it's something exists, it's something I can believe with. Bringing America to the days of the FIFA, for example, talking about the FIFA coin, it's an idea, but it's an idea that based on the statistic market today with those crypto coins. So like you said last year, I can do a Martyn Lucas coin, and you're right. So where is the beginning? Where is the end of it? What will survive? What will exist? How it's going to make the change of America? The future will tell. But there is a technology progress, especially here in California. I can see people pay with crypto. I can see that money moves all around, which means it exists. You can't avoid that the crypto is a tool that we are using. And before he got elected, Musk was talking about his coin, the doggy, which suddenly you see Robinhood, and every Robinhood card holder suddenly have that coin because of the trivia. So I'm waking up in the morning and I got $2.50 worth of doggy, and what am I supposed to do with it? So am I supposed to buy more? Is it, I own it, not that I want it, but I have it in my portfolio suddenly for $2.70, but it went down from 20 cents to 15 cents. Am I supposed to buy more? I don't know. There is a lot of questions in the crypto area, which I think the government knows that a lot of money goes there. A lot of money went there the last few years from the American market. The American market ain't going nowhere.
Hold that thought. I've just got some information just out a few seconds ago. I want to just look at this. This is interesting. We know that this is coming, but we've got some information here you might find interesting. The opening and closing bell may soon be a thing of the past. We've talked about this 24-hour trading, but this is now starting to become a real thing. Matt Dillon, if you are on the phone, I don't see your camera on, so I can't bring you in. Let me just show you this story here. I'm trying to get more information on the tariffs. I'll be right back to you guys in a minute. Thank you for calling in. Stand by.
Was out today saying, this was just before we came on the
nothing
air. Quote,
new
the
there. So let me go over to this here. The tariffs, if you just tuned in, we've got doubles of tariffs gone on to Canada, but not signed in until tomorrow. Bit of a threat. Is it going to happen? We'll find out. If you thought the recent volatility was hard to digest, get ready for round-the-clock trading. Markets have been dealt a blow by growth and recession fears, the unpredictability of trade policy, and risk to sector-wide investments and spending. Whether it's a good opportunity or another growl towards a bear market, it's still up for debate. But for traders, the environment they find themselves in is set to speed up even faster. What do you make about this? On the horizon, Nasdaq has applied for regulatory permission to offer 24-hour trading equities, following the likes of Cboe Global Markets and the New York Stock Exchange. Brokers like Robinhood and Interactive Brokers already offering trading beyond the traditional hours on alternative trading systems like Blue Ocean. But the next evolution is set to bring the feature mainstream. Note that there is still some time before kickoff, with the Nasdaq targeting the second half of 2026. So it's quite a way. While the promise of round-the-clock trading can further democratize markets, it also demands careful and deliberate planning. Nasdaq President Tal Cohen wrote on LinkedIn, liquidity, transparency and integrity remain the lifeblood of vibrant markets, and any structural change must uphold these principles. Forces at play. I don't think we need that, but I'm going to come back to the panel, and I'd like your thoughts on this. What do you think about 24-hour trading? Are you a favor of all of that? What do you think about that? Would you like it if you could trade 24 hours a day, 7 days a week?
It's not going to make you invest more or less. If you are a planner and you know what you're investing, it's not going to make you put more money or less money. It's going to make it just an option to do it anytime you want.
Yeah. What I like about it, one part I like about it is it gives the opportunity for people who want to react to the news. So they see something happen and they always feel a little bit, if you like, what's the word I'm looking for? They don't have the privilege of being able to react with the market. As the market moves, they don't seem to be able to react with it. And I agree with that. I agree. Like, an unfair advantage that you're trying to react with the big boys and you can't. However, I think the big boys have more information than you do, and I think it's going to create more uncertainty and more volatility, and more people will lose money. Those that know how this works, those that have their information, Wall Street, for example, those that are connected, they can pretty much do that anyway, because there's all that, you know, certain people get certain privileges anyway. But I think those of us that don't have a clue what we're doing on Robinhood already have 24/7, 5 days a week. I just think it would be, I'm not so sure it's a great idea for everyone to be able to access that. I mean, I think more people will lose money. I don't think it will harm the market, but I think more people will make bad decisions and make mistakes. And if you are an investor, a long-term investor, you don't need to be in every 5 minutes. I've had access now to 24 hours, 5 days a week now for about a year on Robinhood, and I can tell you I've only ever done a couple of trades at 2 o'clock in the morning, and I think both of them were automatic. I set a 10% drop or whatever, and it bought that. I don't need to be up using it or whatever, but I'm not up all the time. I'm not setting limits all the time. And I think most people don't need that, and we already have it 5 days a week. So I think it benefits the people that want you to trade, the brokerages, because they make money when you trade. There's one winner, and one winner only, in my opinion, is the people that set up the system so you can trade it, and you'll make them money by trading it. But I don't think it's of any benefit to traders at all. I think you need to sleep, rest, get away from the market to be able to invest wisely. If you're pinned to it 24/7, you're going to make bad decisions. What do you think, Alex? Do you agree with that or disagree?
Definitely, I agree. I've been a trader, as you know, and as you said, it only benefits the brokers. It's not going to benefit the people. You already have the choice to trade 5 days a week. And one common thing that traders have, and I take it as my mistakes, it was we were losing patience really fast because news were coming on, you were reacting straight away on that, lost money.
Yeah.
As an investor right now, I'm down for over a month as the market is going down, and I'm happily buying the dips. And I think that's why most investors are waiting right now, and they are just taking a seat back, because they are gonna take advantage of the market. Like it's way oversold, so they're gonna buy more opportunities with less money. Like for example, Nvidia, it was $149. If you have $200 and you invest it, you only get what, 1.3 shares. But now that it was $103, you could easily buy 1.8, 1.9. So you were benefited by that. So investors, I don't think that they are going to mind about going into 7 days a week or 5 days a week. For us, it's going to be the same. For traders, yeah.
I've got some more evidence to support my bottom in the market. Let me show you what I mean. So I said 10% is the bottom. We bounced on it again. It's showing support again on this 10% drop. This is from its all-time high to where we are now. I've told you all my other reasons why I think Friday could be a bounce. When things turn good, I've got a $60,000 day with all my positions that I've got now. We've got CPI and PPI tomorrow. Michigan report on Friday could throw us under the bus, but you know, let's see how that goes. But on Thursday, Friday, tomorrow, Wednesday, Thursday, CPI and PPI be interesting. Why I'm saying there's another indicator we've reached bottom is this. Tesla. Tesla had 100% or talk of 100% tariffs from Canada. Canada are against Trump, but they're also against Elon because of his support to Trump, right? But look, Tesla are up 2.29. today. Have they bottomed? 50% drop. If we go back, it's not now, it's not. It's gone up a bit, but 41%. There we go. It's currently, the year to date is 41. It was lower than that. We were near 50% at one point in the early hours, right? It's up today on this news about Canada. Yeah. Now, you could have assumed because of the 100% tariffs being threatened on Tesla, this would have gone even more. It hasn't. We're up today. I don't know. This to me looks like a bottom. I'm going to ask the panel, what do they think? If anyone wants to call in, be on the show, love to have you on the show. But I think we've got a bottom in. This is what I've been saying for ages. When we were going down, I said we're at bottom, we're near bottom. This could be it. This is why I said a rally on a Friday. We might even see Warren Buffett suddenly put that 50 billion back in the S&P. Who knows? Wouldn't that be amazing? What do you think, Zach Zay? Near a bottom, at a bottom, Tesla up today, and we know they're getting attacked more than anyone on all this.
Yeah, I honestly have some problem with those big words that coming suddenly and attacking us like pandemic, corona, or tariffs. You know, words that nobody a year ago or suddenly they're coming and affecting us dramatically. The tariffs, or let's call it the tax system, okay, that America trying to do toward the world is something that is, again, the government brought himself a lot of smart people and successful people. Hopefully they do know what they do, and eventually it will affect us all. Living in America is still a destination of a lot of people in the product, and America built itself in a way that it will survive for a long time. And it is the big brother for every country, other country. But you can't be good and nice all the time. You said earlier the big boys. So you will be at 20% down, and you were right. You almost right on the spot. The question: would you sell before and buy again, or would you enjoy the ride and the ups and downs? It's definitely something individual that people work in that industry. I think they got a plan to get us all back in good old days, because the market is way down than ever. But I have no doubt that it will be back. Maybe not the way we've been, but you said last rally, the real rally was October 22. And we used to call a rally almost every week. Or every weekend, okay, Friday rally or Saturday rally. I haven't said that word. I rather said rally than tariffs. You know, those are the big words I'm talking about.
Last time we had that rally in October 22, we were below the 200 moving average. Jerome Powell was bullish, said the similar thing he just said a couple of days ago. There's so many signs to say that we're about to rally again. And
I think the correction, big correction, I will call it.
Yeah. I'm all in. I wish I had more money today to buy the dip today, because I've been buying all the way down, but I get paid in 9 days. I hope it stays here for another 9 days. If it's below where I stop buying on the way down, I will. If it's above that point, I won't. I'll start paying down margin. But if it's below where I was, which is about 5%, because typically the saying is down the elevator, up the stairs. That's typically, even though I'm saying down the elevator, up the rocket, it could be a slow, steady recovery. So in 9 days' time, it might be up 1 or 2% from here. Doesn't necessarily have to be up 20%.
So here's the question. What is the big difference between buying the dip, which means every time the company or the price goes down, and lower average cost, which means you keep buying lower to lower your average? It's almost the same.
No, it's not the same. It's not the same, because at the moment I'm buying the dip. I'm buying the dip now from what's recently occurred, but it's a higher price than I paid 14 months ago. So my average is going up, not going down. For my average to go down, I have to pay less than my average. Well, my average now is still about 6% lower than where the S&P is today. So I can't
So the lowest
buy
you
lower.
bought, once it go the lower than the lowest you bought.
The lowest I bought
Which
in this
was-
the lowest I bought in this recent dip. Not the lowest I bought altogether, because that was 14 months ago. We're not going down there. I'm still up. Those positions are still 10, 15% up. The ones I bought a year ago, 14 months ago, they're still up. The overall average is only up a couple of percent because it includes the good ones and the bad ones, and if you like, so it brings the average down and it takes the average up and the profit down. So no, all I'm looking to do is buy at a lower price than where I've been buying on this recent pullback.
So I'm saying there is an average you created from all those 14 months.
Yes.
So if the price goes lower than the average cost of yours, it will
Yes.
be much more to lower the
yes.
total average.
Yes,
which
totally.
hopefully it won't get there.
Totally, yeah. I can't see it going that low. We've got a new guest calling. Michael is here. Going to bring Michael in a second. Stand by, Michael. My average price on the S&P, so from the very beginning to right now, everything, which is 200. If I put it on the screen, it'll be easier to show you. Put it on the screen. Here we go. Is let me have a look. Total is my average is 498 for VU. 490. Well, we're still at 511. So I'm still up overall. I'm still up 2.5%. But that's really irrelevant because the shares I bought, it says I've got $6,000 profit. The reality is from the shares I bought originally, I'm up like 20, 30%. Right? But it shows less. The average is less because I've lost on the ones I've just bought recently, and then that went a bit lower. Does that make sense?
Wonderful.
Anyway,
Wonderful, exactly.
Yeah. So at the end of the day, even though it's really bad, I'm still up, still comfortable, and it's not a major problem. Anyway, let me go to, I've got a new guest just called in. I don't know if he's frozen. He seems to be static on the screen. Let me just have a quick look. This is Michael. Are you with me? Was it Michelle? Michael? I think he's, no, he's frozen. Oh, no, he's back. Michael, how are you? Michael, can you hear me? Okay, I think I don't think that's a real person. I've had a scammer in today playing silly buggers all day on the call. I'm trying to avoid having to make it more difficult for everybody. So this person, what I've been sitting here today, has called in 50 times, at least, minimum. Keeps calling in, pretending to be somebody else, pretending to be Sensei, pretending to be this other guy called Michael. And he's trying to be more creative in ways like that to get onto the show. He hasn't got the balls to be himself. He can't be honest. He just has to be a pain in the ass. And the reason why we are still here after months of this nonsense is I'm trying to avoid having to raise the security for everybody, to changing the password every time, sending everyone to a secure location. So this idiot is sitting now laughing and going, he, I finally managed to find a way of doing it. I put somebody pretend on the screen and Martyn fell for it. Well, what you've just done, 74,000 people now who watch this show are going to have to go through extra security measures and hoops to come onto the show. So congratulations to you. What you've done is just made it more of a pain in the ass for 74,000 people. Now, most people would regard that as not a good day. They wouldn't want to be known to being an idiot and a pain in the ass and affecting thousands of people's lives, but I'm sure you have a thrill out of that and you think you're really clever. Well, you're not really clever. There are 74,000 very smart investors here who just don't want to be an arse and make a tit of themselves, but you obviously enjoy doing that. So congratulations, you beat me. You got me to put a false person on the screen, but it won't happen again because now I'm going to have to put everything behind a password in a secure location, and my members will all do it. They'll make the effort to do it, but we'll all remember that you were the reason why we have to have a pain in the ass. But you know what? They'll forget you in about 3 seconds, and you will be completely back in the hole you came out from. I hope you feel proud of yourself. finding a way to beat me for 5 seconds, but now you're going to lose once I can put this in place. Sorry, guys, I just had to expose that person because he's constantly doing that to me, and it drives me up the bloody wall. Yes, Alex?
May I suggest something? I don't know if it's possible, but do you think that every person should have their own code so they can join in the live instead of you basically working hard and changing passwords or anything?
What do you mean everyone has their own code? How would that work?
Like if you create a security measure for everyone,
Yeah.
it will be the same password, right? And then you have to change it every single day or live, or I don't know how you're going to do it.
This isn't a Zoom call where a Zoom call you send everyone out their own passwords, their own call-ins. This is a nice and easy. Everyone can call in straight away, nice and easy, and so on and so forth. And as you know, you guys don't even need to enter passwords because you've done it before. It makes it nice and easy, a nice, enjoyable, positive experience for everyone. But some stupid idiot like this has now made it more difficult for everyone. And you know, there isn't another way of doing it. What we'll have to do is, because I mean, it's just sick and tired of it, quite frankly. It's always one person.
Just ignore. Ignore. The world is full of fools.
Yes, but I can't ignore it.
You can ignore
Zach,
it up to a level.
because all the way through these calls every day, I've never said it till now, and I've never given them any time. The reason why I'm mentioning it, they just found a way to beat me. What they did was this. During our calls, as I'm talking to you, there's like one person after another phoning in. It makes it very difficult for me to see who's phoning in. So all the time, I'm deleting, just all the time. As I'm talking to you, I'm trying to do everything else as well as delete. And then I see people, he now realized it was clever to put, did you see how he had Sensei on the screen? So what he did is he got a video of Sensei, and I thought it was odd because Sensei was talking, and I thought Sensei wouldn't be talking, he'd be waiting, but he was talking, so I fell for it. And then when he realized I would suss that one out, he decided to create it was like an AI. It was a person's head that was just blinking, looking like they were just a real person just waiting. That person just came in, and that wasn't real either. So he's just getting more and more. So you can't ignore it. This person's just doing it more and more and more. So now I've got to change the system.
I like to say, I don't trust nobody, and that's why I like my coffee with milk and sugar. So I'm there. I'm checking. I know who is against who and what's going on.
Yeah, but you see, I don't live in that world. I trust everyone. You see, I don't like to live in that world.
No.
That world is not a place I want to live in. I trust everyone until they lie to me. And this person now, I did everything I could just to ignore it and never mention it. And I can imagine they're really proud of themselves now because they've become part of this show, which is sad because they can't do it for themselves. So let's do it through somebody else's show. It's a shame. But now it's going to have to be more difficult for everyone. We'll find a way. There'll be a way. I don't know how yet. I'll put the password in a secure location that only. I don't know, but you see, I get new guests all the time calling in who want to be part of it. Like that guy called in earlier. He just became a member. He wouldn't have had access to anything. Yes, Alex.
I just noticed from Matt Dillon a comment saying, "I wondered why you said my name when I had not called in, Martyn."
There you go. He basically was using names of people in the chat as well.
Right. Okay.
So he was making up accounts.
So there is no misunderstanding or something.
Yes.
I do understand like what you're going through right now. And I know most people will not realize it because they haven't done that in the past. But it's really difficult to manage the live calls and at the same time explain about the market, about the news, about. It's a lot. It's a lot. What you do is a lot.
Thank you. Yeah, this person was deciding to use names of people in the chat and call himself that. And I mean, I know who it is. I know who's doing it. I've reversed IP it. I know where it's coming from. But I chose just to just to ignore it. But now we have to change policy. So, you know. Anyway, it is what it is. Sorry to bring it down like that. Anyway, I'm going to...
We got your back whatsoever. If somebody tries something, we got your back. The guys, the monitors are incredible. Always there.
I know. Yeah, I know. So Matt Dillon, hopefully that makes sense. But it's a shame because you're just trying to help people and we learn from each other. And, you know, making it easy for everyone to call in and be part of it and have a say. Everyone can call in, everyone can learn things, we can make friends. And to make that more difficult is not what I want. But now we have to because of one sad individual. And I'm just so disappointed.
Of the record, there is so much uncertainty with the internet. You don't even know, you can't... You know, so many frauds that are open to corruptions in the internet. So I'm sorry it happened to you, and I wish you again just to. It seems like the family knows each other. So if there is a rotten apple in the family, you know, it always smells eventually.
Yeah, it always comes out eventually. Anyway, I've got to end this stream. I've got to now reschedule the reviews because we are doing another couple of reviews today. I decided to go live with this call because it was a big breaking story. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to edit the next event, which is a members only live stream. So this person won't be able to do it because he can afford to spend $2. Let me edit this and change the time. What's the time now? 11:30. I'll do it for 12:30, so I can go and have my lunch. 12:30. There we go. 12:30. This is a members only live stream. We're going to do some reviews for you. I was going to do it earlier today, but unfortunately I couldn't. So there is the members only live stream. I'm now going to send everyone automatically to there. So if you want to join me for that, I've got some requests you want me to do. So there's that. And I'll put it on the screen as well. Let's take off the live phone in. Members only. This is the event. Oops. All right.
Martyn.
Thank you so much for the opportunity. It's beautiful how you got back to the classic. And the last 2 weeks you were, again, back incredible. I do believe by very shortly, I wish you for, if it's the birthday or for the channel, that 100,000 will be
I think
as soon as possible.
Yeah, it's let me do. Shall we do a phone in? I'll end the poll. We did a phone in. Unfortunately, one person spoiled it. I've put the link in the chat for the members event, which will follow this. There you go. But yes, the birthday is the 27th of June, I think it is. And at the moment, my analytics, according to TubeBuddy, is saying the 19th of June. So
19th of June.
So we're on track. We've been holding the 19th of June steady now for a few weeks. Sometimes we've gone down even lower to that level. We were higher than that a few weeks ago. So we're doing well. But I am planning on taking my annual vacation soon as well. So there might be a bit of a loss there. But I will do some mobile streaming instead. So
what do you think will be the mega event till then? Will be any mega event?
Yeah, I do. The next mega event will be. I know what it will be. It's the 19th of March. 19th of March is the FOMC report. The rate cut. Yep. I think we could get a cut. There's a small chance of it now. I think it's 80% for June, but March, possibly. Yeah, possibly. That won't necessarily be a great instigator and a promoter for the stock, but certainly be good for my margin. Another 0.25% down. I mean, that's money saved, isn't it? Really. So it'll be good overall, and it'll be good for smaller companies to be able to start going into business and build their businesses out. So I'm hoping, and of course, it'll benefit others who borrow money and car loans and everything else, the general economy. So I'm excited about that. So there you go. Final words, guys.
Zach, I'll let you first. No, you first.
Yeah, I think it's a great opportunity I can share another 500 shares of SPCE under $3. So even if in future I can say I bought another 500 under $3.
So basically, you now own the entire company, right?
No, it's embarrassing because about last week a guy came and in 1 second I bought 6,000 shares of Virgin Galactic, and I'm like, what have I done so far? In 1 second.
Yeah. Can you imagine? Do you ever feel? And I'm sure you don't, but it's worth saying, isn't it? I remember buying for the first time $70 for Virgin Galactic. $70. Bearing in mind now we're 3 divided by 20. So I don't know what that is. Hang on, I'll do that on my calculator. What's
people who understand the market? They understand it might
15
be
cents.
The biggest scratching winning card in the world.
Yeah. Well, 15 cents then.
Which I like. Don't get me wrong. I like those. They're fun.
Well, how do you feel? Because you were there at the beginning as well, right? You may not have paid $70, but think about it. It was $70. People today in the same scale, it's 15 cents. In the same scale, because if you do it times by 20, right? How do you feel? You bought at 70 and you've been riding it all that time, and you could have been anywhere else. You could have been in the S&P and up 20, 30, 40, 50% on that money, but you're down 99%, and somebody walks in today and goes, I'll have 20,000 shares of S&P at 15 cents. Do you feel a little bit, bloody hell, really?
Yeah, a little bit pokey. It's a pokey. But
yeah,
when you bought at $70, I sold probably the first time at $69.70. And then I start grabbing again in August 2021.
Yeah.
I started the journey till August 2026 for starting at $27 before the 2021.
Right.
So that was my first purchase. Since then, I never sold.
Right. Well, good luck to you. I really hope it works out. But yeah, there's got to be a little bit of that feeling, isn't there? People coming along now going, I'll buy 1 million shares for 20 quid.
Yeah.
Bloody hell.
What have I done 5 years? It's like in 1 second.
I've been waiting all this time. Yeah. But that's the game we play, right? That's the game we play. Thank you guys for calling in. I really appreciate you. Thank you. Oh, Alex, you didn't have your final thought, did you? I gave it to Zach. Alex?
The only thing that I wanted your opinion, guys, it is, again, I'm watching all over the chat, and I saw a comment that it says it is how retail investors lose most money by keep averaging down into falling stocks. If you care about the stocks, doesn't that make you a trader, gambler?
Well, like I've always said before, I do not focus on lowering my average. The reason why lowering my average becomes such a thing, because it's very easy to sell that to anyone on YouTube. Lower your average, buy the dip, go into the moon, diamond hands, paper hands. These are very good, easy thumbnail images to sell to people. I don't focus on buying the average. I just focus on buying under value. Like I've said, and I'll say it again, in 5 years from now, 1 year from now, maybe 6 months, maybe a week from now, today's low will seem cheap once again. Certainly in 5 years, it will be cheap at this price, right? So you will be paying, and millions of people and hundreds of millions of people in 5 years from now, 1 year from now, will be paying a lot more than you are paying now for the S&P, and they'll be happy to do it. They'll be all those people who have a regular job. Most people in America have a regular job and they pay into their 401k every week, every month through their employer, who's buying the basket of funds, who's buying the S&P. They're going to be paying, double this in 5 to 7 years. That's a fact. Are they going to be exactly? So the averages doesn't matter. Your average goes up. If you looked at houses the same way, you'd realize how ridiculous that was. My parents bought a house like 40 years ago for £13,000. That house is worth 2 million. So does that mean today you can't buy a house for 2 million because it's ridiculous and it's overpriced. Well, you can't lower the average. You can't buy it for 13,000 like it was 40 years ago. Are you waiting for that to happen? It ain't never, ever going to happen. So at the end of the day, you can try to get the best price you can. As the Chinese say, the best time to enter the market is now or 20 years ago. In a year from now, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, none of these numbers will have any relevance on anything. Anything you have bought that's still around, that's still around. It might go bankrupt, but the S&P ain't going bankrupt. So in 50, 20, 10, 20, 30 years from now, you're going to be up significantly on your price that you paid today. That is all that matters to an investor. Did you buy the best price? No. I mean, no one could be more bullish than me. Every penny's in, every bit of margin's in. I'm in. And when it started going down and it went down a lot, I bought more. And then I bought more. Then I bought 5 shares. Then I bought 10 shares. Then I bought 20 shares. Increasing on the way down. Eventually you ran out of money. But I kept doing that, laddering on the way down. I didn't know when the bottom was. It would have been better. It would, even if you take selling off the table, even if I just not sell, just held like I have, and I used all my margin today and bought this level, would that have been better? Well, of course it would. Would have been a lot better, because when it goes up, it'll go up a lot quicker. But you don't know when the bottom is. So the low and the average doesn't matter. My average keeps moving up. It keeps going up. And in a year from now, when my margin is back down to 0 again, and I start buying more again, my average will start going up again. That doesn't matter. And why it doesn't matter as a long-term investor is I've kept my original shares and never sold them. The ones that are the lowest price, the ones that are down there at like 380, those ones, right? Those are the ones that allow me to be able to buy at the top and not get margin called and everything else. Because even though it's showing the average is now, is it 498? It's up and up and up, right? And my profit is only 6 grand, and my 2.5% overall profit. That's because the ones at the top are down 5-6%. The ones at the bottom are up 20-30%. I'm okay. And those shares I bought, the foundation of my portfolio, remain in place. And that is what allows me to be able to be bullish and be able to spend and be able to invest. So when I get paid on Friday or on the 21st, I don't have to think, pay down the margin. Yeah, of course I want to pay down the margin. And I'll be paying the margin down when we go up and up and up again. But right now, you want to be buying. And that's what I'm doing. So because I hold those ones at the bottom, I can feel comfortable with buying these extra dips. If they've gone up higher than what it was where I stopped buying on the way down, I'll let it go and I'll reduce margin. But if it's still below, I'll be protecting my portfolio by investing.
Just to compare to the housing, which it's my business, take the same neighborhood, just like you said, your parents, and that's what I do. If they build it in the 60s or 70s, which we are already 50 years plus for the house, and the neighborhood is upgrade and people remodel or maintenance, it makes the neighborhood, of course, more profitable and more pricey. Now, my job is sometimes I go to the customers that owe 50, 60 years, but it still look like $45,000. You haven't done nothing. You still got the Elvis yellow carpet, and you had dogs, and everything is stinky, and it still look like the way you bought it. So that's where the maintenance got to be done in housing.
And that's a very good point, because your house you might have bought your house for $10,000 50 years ago, and it might now be worth $1 million because that's just the way things have gone. But the house is worse than it was 50 years ago. It's falling down. It's dirty. So is it really worth more? No. The house hasn't gone up in price. Money has been devalued. So the house appears to be more valuable. Obviously, the house was better and a more desirable physical object 50 years ago because everything was new and everything was working and everything was in nice condition. Now it's all broken and busted. What is gone up in price is not the quality of your home, is the depreciation of money, been devalued, and the land, it stands upon. It's like finding an old castle in England, thousands and thousands and thousands, like 1,000 years old. And all it is ruins. And it's a priceless ruin. But try and live in it. It's not worth anything. I'd rather live in a $20 tent. It's going to give me more comfort. So that I would prefer the tent, but the land where this old ruined castle stands on is worth more money. So value and what it's actually worth as a physical thing are completely different. And that's why I like investing in the stock market, because as we said before, even if a business goes sideways and doesn't increase on selling, it just keeps doing the same thing. Coca-Cola sells the same amount of Coke it's done every single day for the last 30 years, and it just keeps selling Coca-Cola every day to the same people. Doesn't get any bigger, but it does the same thing. Is it growing? No, it's not growing, but your share price will, because the share price will go up, because the price of the stock goes up, because of devaluation of money and inflation. So you're always going to win, even by default, just going sideways. It's why people say, I think someone said to me, what was it? What I read, Warren Buffett, I don't know, he put $100 in the stock market in 1800. If he put $100 in 1800 something, the joke was he'd have $1 billion or whatever out of $100. And someone said, yeah, but he'd be dead. Well, yeah, absolutely. Time is everything. Guys, I've got to go. I've got to let you go. I'm going to go on to the next show, the review show. Take care of yourself, guys. Thanks for calling in.
Thank you so much for the opportunity.
Thank you. Cheers, lads. There they go. Back to work. That's Zach, Zay, and Alex. Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you so much indeed. All right. Okay. So thanks for calling in today. This has been a bit of a tariff war today. It's bouncing up and down on that 10%. Are we getting ready for a breakout? I think a rally will come on Friday. A lot of it comes down to CPI and PPI. And then the Michigan report. Will the Michigan report throw us under a bus? Well, it will, because it's political. And they'll say whatever Trump does is rubbish, whether it's good or bad or different. That's what happens. So we're going to be prepared for that. So the link's in the chat. It's a members event. I've put it back for 39 minutes. I've been rescheduling it all day. This is the event. All right. This is the event here. Members week. I'm going to do at least a couple of reviews. This will be our closing bell show as well. So this will be the closing bell show as well. So let me give everyone the link again if you want to join me for that. Your reviews, your stocks, your information, what the things that you want me to do. Members only as well. So there you go. All right, there it is. Thank you so much indeed. I'll see you back in a bit. Let's do day trader of the day. Let's roll the credits as well. So let's go back to it. Are you ready? Okay. We'll go from here. I'm down 2.23. All members can take part in this. I'm down. It's a members competition. 2.23%. There you go. Let me roll the credits. Shadooby-doo. New subscribers, new members, and super chats. Let's have a look. Stars of our show today. New subscribers, Trav 3000, Crystal, Mr. Tronga, Daily, Google Eyes, K Easy, new members, Kevin Meyer, thank you, and a super chat from Juz Jeans. Thank you so much indeed. That's the stars of our show today. I'll show you how many people we had. 74,000. Whoa, we're rolling around now. 74,061. Next target is 75,000, and then 80, and then 90, and then the countdown to 100,000 subscribers. How exciting will that day be? I've worked hard for that. I deserve it. All right. Okay. All right. Let's. We've done the day trade of the day. I'm down 2.23. Stacey said the only people freaking out are the people who are too reliant on the government and probably do not live within their means. If everything goes down, I'm good. That's right, down 0.72. Stacey Bailey is in the lead so far. Stacey's winning. Let's see who wins this today. All right. Okie dokie. Down 1.62, up 4.28. but only Matador. You have to have a diverse portfolio, not one single stock. But congratulations to Stephen Lewandowski, down 1.62. Okay, I'm running out of music, so we're going to give it to Alex, up 4.13. You just got in the last second. Congratulations. Thank you for your honest trades. Appreciate it a lot. Well done indeed to you. Very nice indeed. I think that's to do with Robin Hood, isn't it? Anyway, fantastic. Thank you for your honest trades. That's it for me. I'm out of here. We're now... Oh, it's going down again. It's going down again. We're on the 10% line again. Is it going to bounce this time? Only time will tell. That's it from me. Stay right where you are. It'll take you through to the members-only event when we're doing reviews. Until then, as always, take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Take care of yourselves and each other. Take care of yourselves and each other. Completely messed that up. Bye-bye for now.